You are in for a treat with this. At any given time, there are major showdowns happening across a host of different industries. And naturally, we want to know who's winning, right? Which brings me to HundredX, as a privately held alternative research firm that surveys thousands of consumers, asking them not how they feel, but what they actually plan to buy. Believe it or not, this is an unusual methodology, and it's proven to be very useful at predicting the future. We know this. I also like that HundredX rewards the consumers of surveys by donating to a charity of their choosing. So we're starting to check in regularly with HundredX. They've been so good. We brought them back to discuss a trio of battle royals in 3 distinct end markets: generative AI, video streaming, and the wireless industry. So let's take a closer look with Rob Pace. He's the founder and CEO of HundredX to learn more. Mr. Pace, welcome back to Mad Money.
Thank you.
All right, Rob, I got to tell you, I am like jumping out of my chair because I have been going over and over again. I've been questioning exactly of the AI sites which people like, and questioning whether ChatGPT is as, let's say, hot as it used to be and therefore worth the $500 billion. I look at your data and I'm not sure that things aren't changing right now.
Yeah, you're right. We have a new champion, and it's Claude Anthropic.
Jeez.
And for the first time in our data, Jim, they've actually surpassed ChatGPT, OpenAI, in terms of current users saying, am I going to use it more? And likelihood to recommend to a
But they're
friend.
business to business, Rob. How does it work?
Well, it's interesting. If you look at it, there's a number of things they do better. So ChatGPT still has the best experience.
Right.
But really, what we're seeing is people care about the results, the references. Can I rely on it? That's true of business, but it's also true about the individual as well. And so that's why we are seeing them ascend in our data.
But I also see that since Gemini 3 came out mid-November, that too is making a big move.
Yeah, they're moving up the ranks. So they would get our most improved award. And you're right, since November 18th, when they came out with 3.0, they've really fixed both the experience as well as the quality, and they've closed the gap again with OpenAI. Now, just real quick, 2 things. They still are all doing well. In other words, current users want to use it, but we do see a kind of a dethroning of where we were 6 months ago.
Look, there's a lot of money being invested right now in the idea that ChatGPT's got this gigantic lead. I don't see that anymore.
Yeah, and you can probably understand then why the alarm bells there.
The code red, yeah, I think if there's something that's hotter than a code red, maybe we ought to look at that. Now, I also want to talk about, I thought this was very interesting, that when I looked at this Google Gemini significant ground versus ChatGPT, you've got this area which shows you that this thing really is very new. So you just got this data.
Yeah, we did. And they've now closed the gap to down where it's really very comparable. And that was not the case even a few months ago. And they're just getting started with 3.0.
Wow. Okay.
So you see that compression.
It's right. It is incredible. Now, let's talk about the next battleground. I have been questioning why Netflix felt that they needed to have Warner Brothers until I saw a chart that you have about what YouTube is doing. Again, a Google product.
Yeah. So again, this is a little out of the box, but you're right. In terms of Netflix, they are number 1 or number 2 in everything we track.
Right.
So it does beg the question, why? Now, if you think more broadly, though, where we see real strength is in YouTube. And we see it with the younger consumer. We see it with the more diverse consumer in terms of their future time they're going to spend. And I think the key thing, Jim, is to think about, in investing, I think you need to think about share of time or share of...
Well, that's what Netflix tells us to do.
Share of stomach, et cetera. So don't sleep on YouTube, even though it's viewed as short form versus long form. That may be the future battleground.
Well, what's clear to me, I had been saying to David Faber, I don't know why the heck Netflix has to do it. I have completely flipped based on your data. I think they have to do it.
Yeah, it does. It might argue that it's more defensive than offensive.
I didn't see Paramount doing all that well in these.
Yeah, I mean, you can understand the industrial logic or the business reason for why they would want to combine, right? Scale, et cetera. So the desire makes sense, but they're not as competitive for sure in our data.
No, not at all. That was really eye-opening. And then the final one, we know that there's billions of dollars up for grab when it comes to telco. And I had always felt that Verizon was doing incredibly well and offered a pretty good deal. I am changing my view based on what you've come up with here.
Yeah, T-Mobile, if you synthesize everything. So to be fair to Verizon, they do have the best network coverage area overall.
Right.
But T-Mobile has closed that gap such that they're good enough, and they do far better on price, value, plan options. Even the in-store experience now is superior.
Now, that is very new. People always said the Verizon stores are fantastic. So what this told me, Rob, is that the American, let's say the consumer's not doing that well or feeling low, then they're going to switch, maybe. Is there a lot of switching going on, you think?
Yeah, it's value. I mean, you've been on this, but there's one theme we're seeing in our data is value.
Now, in terms of all the things that we see, I just want to go back to the ChatGPT for a second. I thought these things would be glacial, that it would take a long time to unseat someone. It turns out to be, whether we also look at that, the wireless, but it turns out it can happen like lightning, which says to me, Rob, that those people, you worked at Goldman, those franchises, you got to be careful about the valuation. When you're going to do more than $500 billion for ChatGPT, I think that means you better believe that they're pulling away, not that they're dropping.
Yeah, you're not seeing Fortress in our data, for sure.
Well, I don't know. If I were one of these companies that's putting money in this thing at a $500 billion valuation, I would think again. I don't think you disagree with me.
You know, what we are seeing, though, is across all these platforms, they really are helping with productivity.
Right.
So there's there.
Okay.
It's just who's going to win is more important.
Well, in a scrum, I don't want to pay that much more for one than another if it's a scrum. I like one that's up here and the rest are there. I don't see that anymore from your data.
Correct.
And I know your data would have showed me that at one time. Rob Pace, these changed my mind about things, Rob. They literally changed my mind, and they changed your mind, too. That's Rob Pace, founder and CEO of HundredX. Mad Money's back after the break.
Coming up, Cramer takes your calls, and the sky's the limit. It's a fast-fire lightning round. Next.